Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have got tons of harvesting to do. I think this will be like a series kind of thing of my harvesting. So in my last one, I made a bunch of changes. I moved a bunch of plants around and I want to show you guys how well they're taking. So I told you I was moving the black-eyed Susan from the top garden to down here, and it is doing fine. There's no wilting, there's no nothing. I'm really excited about that. And I've taken a couple of the pieces that came off of it and planted them in other locations. So now I have not had time to do a video on black-eyed Susan, but I am learning some information on it, that primarily what this plant is used for in a medicinal way, not completely but primarily, is the root system. So this is why I'm taking the time now to spread it around. So I'm not sure when I'm going to do a video on it. I really try to bring you guys the things that I think will be most beneficial and things that, you know, are either already growing around us or really super easy to start, just because I love you guys. Okay, so I planted that. I planted my sage. Same thing. It took. It looks great there now. What else? So I just harvested my calendula yesterday. So this is what I'm talking about. Why, like, this one's almost turning to seed. So this is from yesterday. This is how quickly they come and go. Remembering that the leaves are the important part. My golden oregano really likes it here, so I'm going to leave it. My giant marigold is starting to grow, but I'm not sure. I do have it in a box, so it might not get full potential on its size. I haven't moved that geranium yet, and the carnations are coming. So everything's kind of growing. Now over here, let's see. So I had taken my bee balm out of this pot. Now, as you can see, there's more bee balm. So it is already spread just in this pot. So that's year 2. So now I have this one, and the part I took out of it, I planted over here, and it looks fine as well. No wilting, no anything. Another one that I brought down here is the dragon's blood that was up top that I was telling you guys about. I don't think it liked it up there. So I transplanted it here, and it's doing great. My nasturtiums aren't really doing great right now, but they will start anytime now. I'm certain of it. And now my comfrey has more room, and my echinacea has more room, so it can kind of spread out there without that sage in the middle in the way. So I've got to break this up into 2 videos because I have to harvest my medicinals really, and I have to harvest my produce on my garden. It's kind of getting away on me, you guys, but I'm doing my best, and I think it's really cool that I have this I have all this information on my channel for me to go back and look at. It's really helping me learn as a gardener, having these recordings. So I appreciate you guys coming with me. So what else? Oh my goodness. So this is the yarrow that I just harvested, and it's already coming back. So that's why I only keep 1 or 2 of a lot of these. So this is what I'm here for. Am I even showing you the right way? Yeah. This is what I'm here for, is my pineapple sage. Now, I have been debating on whether or not, look at these tomatoes, I want to let it flower or if I want to harvest it. I've harvested it 3 times now, and I'm going to harvest it again in hopes that we'll still get flowers. So I think I'm going to harvest a lot of the lower branches. Let me show you the other side of it. I'm going to harvest a lot of these lower branches and leave a couple of the tall ones in hopes that we get some flowers, because I really want you guys to see them. They are beautiful. My beans are kind of not looking happy. I've noticed that throughout. So I think I might rip these ones out and plant in some bush beans because I really want to get some yellow beans on my pantry shelf. What else? Everything's going on out here. So I'm going to try to set you guys up so you can watch me harvest the pineapple sage. I don't know. Let me see what you're looking at. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so I had to bring out both my baskets because it's a big harvest. And I'm going to start at the bottom. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I don't know. I'll show you in the end because there's a lot here. Oh, it's beautiful. The smell is so pineapple-y. If anybody grows this, share the beautiful aroma stories that I'm sure you have because it's so pretty. The plant itself, the furry stalks, the contrasting colors, it all just really makes a garden that much more beautiful. And next year, I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on my placement. When I first meet any new medicinal or plant or vegetable, I try to learn how it grows and kind of get to know the plant. You know what I mean? Because if you don't know how to grow it, it doesn't matter if you have it. And a lot of it's been a learning experience for me because all plants grow differently. They all have different needs. Different, some like sun, some like shade. So as I grow these, I like to plant them in a couple different areas to see what they really flourish in. And the last time I had this, I know it loves the afternoon sun, which is why I put it here. Remembering that this tomato plant beside it and the zucchini plant on this side will be gone in the later part of the season, and then this will be the prominent plant in the garden, right? This pineapple sage. So that's how I kind of try to like to do it. Let me know if you guys have any harvesting tips. See, I don't like how this leaf is gone kind of weird, so I'm just gonna snip this off and I'm gonna toss it because I don't know what it is. And these lower branches I'll take back to the last bloom. I am gonna leave this one because I like how it's drooping. You see the flower. I hope I get flowers. Maybe I'll leave those two and I'll take the rest. There. What do you guys think? Take some of these lower ones too. Right? So less energy going to these. More energy should go up to the, get off of there, spider, up to the top blooms. So we'll see how this looks in a couple weeks. Well, it won't even take a couple weeks. The amount that I'm getting off it is insane. It really, really likes where I planted it. Yeah, it's a really easy plant to care for, you guys. Like, I don't do anything special for this herb other than water it like a vegetable plant, really. Yeah, doesn't get nothing extra until it starts to flower, and then I love spending my time with it. It's an amazing, seems to kind of give you energy. Okay, so my basket is almost full, and I mean, I'm gonna probably come back and take this one and this one and that one. But my basket is full on the pineapple sage. So now there was something else. Oh, I need to harvest my parsley. I know it is a medicinal, I actually do have a video on parsley because it's so awesome. What are you guys looking at? Looking at my parsley? I hope so. Okay, so this is another one that I have been putting off harvesting because I'm waiting for my canning to be ready. I use a lot of fresh herbs in my canning. You know, again, it's just extra nutrients. You can't go wrong. Or you can put parsley into a mixed greens blend to add nutrition to any meal. So it's worth growing. It's easy to grow. You know, and you can grow stuff like parsley in a pot on your patio really simply, really, really easily. And then at the end of the season, you have an option. You can let it turn to seed, and I'll show you what parsley seed looks like. So I'm letting this parsley, do you see the parsley under there? This is all going to be parsley seed. So now, because these seeds know this climate, right, they came back from by themselves, I'm going to have seeds that are like so powerful for my area and for my garden next year. So I let a lot of stuff go to seed, like my cilantro right here. I'm letting it go to seed. I did cut a lot of it off, but I don't really use a lot of cilantro. So now I've gone and moved you. Okay, wait. Okay. All right. So I'm really going to hack this back now. And then I'll let you guys take a peek as I get closer to the middle, because I'm really behind on harvesting it. So some people like to grab the whole thing and just kind of clip it, but I don't, because at the very, very, very bottom are all the new ones coming in, and you don't want to take a chance and cut them off, because you can kind of I think you can mess up a plant if you keep doing that, right? And also I come in here and see anything that's been cut off, I try to remove that piece, right? Get it out of there. It doesn't need to be there. So the energy again can go back into the inside to the new growth. You guys see the new growth, like right there and down in there, there's new growth, right? So if I remove these sticks as best I can, see, watch, see that brand new parsley right there. So that's what I'll do, is I will finish cutting this back. I don't know if you guys can see that. Here, maybe. You're hung up on dill. I hope this works out, you guys. All right, so I'm just gonna keep cutting the big stuff and leave the little stuff, right? This is little, it's big. And all of these herbs, you guys, the more you cut them, the more they grow. So because my dehydrator has been so full with flowers and whatnot, I haven't been harvesting the stuff that I already have a lot of on my pantry shelf. So parsley, it always grows really good here. I don't have any problem growing parsley. Now, is it because I always seed save? So this is from my seeds from last year, right? Like, I like to let everything go to seed. I really, really find value in the seeds that are climatized for your area, right? I think that it gives us all a head start. You know, instead of getting a seed that's from, like, say, a different country or a different climate, so their instructions aren't going to make sense, you know. And I know they say to go by the zones, but they also are trying to tell us that our weather's changing, so wouldn't the zones be changing? And how does it not affect it? Like, I don't really get that. And I find a lot of conflicting information when it comes to what you can grow and when you can grow it. As a gardener, we should know right? That's why we're learning. That's why we're trying new stuff and harvesting and sharing, is that so we can all learn. You see that little baby one right there? I hope you guys can see that. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I might take this one off. So now that I hope that dill or cilantro wasn't in your way. So that's what's left. Now I've taken off all those little pieces that were there, and I've exposed all the brand new growth on the plant so it can give me another bountiful harvest, because that's going to fill a couple of trays, and then once it's dehydrated, it'll fill up a couple of jars, and those are the herbs that you want on your pantry shelf. You want the stuff that you buy, or you don't want the stuff that you buy. You want the stuff that you grow. And if you can start with one herb like parsley, it's so good for us, right? Okay, my pruners. Now I have, this basket's full. I have to harvest my sage again. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I think by now I would have put out my video on how I make sage smudges. Now I know everybody does them different. That's how I do them. That's how I've always done them. I love them. People enjoy them. I enjoy them. Okay, so now I need to go down. Look at this. Look at all these tomatoes, you guys. It's insane. It's insane. Okay, I need to go down to, see, and I got an orange calendula finally. So I've got the yellow and orange with the marigolds and the chamomile, and I think that looks super pretty. Now, I did cut back my clover right there and over there. It'll take a bit. And I was worried that my red-belted polypore died, but it's growing down here. So I'm super happy to see that it's still coming and it's healthy. I think it's growing in a couple different spots on that stump. I just, look at it. There's evening primrose growing in the middle of the yard. Okay, so I need to harvest down here. I've got the sprinkler going. Look at me. Perfect timing. I made it. Okay. Oh, haven't been down here in a while. Oh, I've got lots of mint and comfrey and more goldenrod. My comfrey's getting powdery mildew, so I got to rip that out. But this is what I'm here for, is my oregano. So I have harvested so much oregano off of this, and the reason I want to harvest more is because it has antibiotic properties to it, right? Like, you really want to look into all these different things. I think I'm going to do a video on oregano because it's so amazing on how we can help ourselves with these little natural things that we can grow. And who doesn't want to learn this stuff? I think it's great. Okay, I'm going to set you guys down as I harvest my oregano. I hope you're all still with me. I hope my camera has been in the right spot because, it's tough. So with this one, I'm going to go, I see a flower. I don't like flowers in my oregano. I'm going to take a handful, about, 6 inches down, 4 inches down, and I'm just going to cut it. My clippers aren't really, right? I'm just going to cut handfuls, and then that'll go onto my dehydrator, and what doesn't is going to go into canning. I have a lot of canning coming up, a ton of canning coming up, so a lot of this will be used as fresh herbs in my canning, which is always wonderful when you can do that. If you got it there, you may as well use it, right? And I like to share it with friends and family. Oregano is just, the smell, and it's just beautiful. I like the color of it in cooking. Now, when I dehydrate any of my herbs, on my dehydrator, I put it to the lowest setting that there is, right? So like 100, I think, is the lowest mine goes. You really want to do herbs on the low setting. You don't want to burn them, right? They're very fragile, because you don't want to waste the properties that they have in them. And yeah, it's a blessing. And then once you learn how to do different things, like, huh, you know, every time you learn something new, you can make something new or share information with other people. It's a blessing. It's a good thing because we're here in service, right? We are here in service, which means we need to help everyone exceed. Look at, so this is going to flower. I'm going to cut those off because I don't like having the flower in my dried herbs. I don't know why. I do in my teas, and I'm leaving, see this whole section of flower? I'm leaving that specifically for my tea blend. But this right now I'm harvesting for cooking. Oops, for dehydrated and for cooking. So I think I'm going to go one more handful right there. Okay. Oh, and there's a flower in that one. Okay. All right. So I've got that going for some oregano. And then, oh, here, my St. John's wort. So you can see there's a lot of blooming coming. But I let this go to seed because I want this patch to grow and grow. It's such a beautiful, beautiful plant. I have not done a video on it yet. I have shared something with you guys before though, and I'll share it again. I hope you can see this. It's close up. I hope you can see this. So when there's a fresh flower and you squish it, your fingers turn red. That's one of the identifying features for St. John's wort. I don't think it usually happens with these, but yeah, it has to be a fresh flower. But once I get enough of this, get it up and growing, as I have it on my property, I start to learn to get to know the plant. So I'm doing like research on it, and I'm talking to people, and from all over the place. I'm talking to people about different herbs. You know, some places we call them one thing, and in another country they call them something completely different, but they're the same plant. So when we learn about these plants, it's always good to share, especially with kids, right? Because we don't need the pharma, right? It needs us. And I think my sprinkler is stuck because everything over here looks dry. Huh. It's not really moving. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Whoops, I'm gonna get soaked now. Oh well. Okay, so what else do I have to harvest? I don't really have anything. I gotta harvest all these apples. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to make like a apple pie filling just so it's easy and it's in a jar. And then you just got to make the pie crust and boom, you got a pie. I think I might do that. I've seen a lot of other people that are doing it. And I have done it before, but it didn't really work out. It was kind of watery. Now, that is something that you could thicken when you're going to use it with arrowroot, right? Arrowroot powder. It's a healthier alternative to things like cornstarch. Anyways, okay, so I think I'm gonna quickly harvest back. I have room in my basket. I'm gonna quickly harvest back my calendula and show you guys how I do it. So I'm gonna go all the way down until the last bloom, because this is all medicine, right? Remembering with calendula, you want the leaves and you want the stems. So that's good. Now here, I'm going to go all the way back to the last bloom. I'm going to snap it off right there. And again, this is all wonderful medicine. So I'm also going to grab my chamomile while I'm here and just put that on top. Now, when you're harvesting, something to remember, if you're not used to visually identifying your herbs, you don't really want to mix them like this in a basket, especially if you're harvesting things like that look like other things. Now, I am going to let this lamb's quarter right here go to seed, even though I have that massive one growing inside my my greenhouse right now. It's huge. My upper gardens are a hot mess because I, of course, dug out a couple plants from up there and I haven't replaced them yet. And what else? Hang on here. Oh, acorn squash. So I have to harvest the acorn squash. As you can see, they're coming everywhere. I have to harvest tomatoes and the beans. Still haven't taken out my kale because I'm going to dehydrate them this year and I'm just kind of putting it off for a minute. Lots of zucchini. I think I'm going to make some more of those zucchini boats. Hopefully the video on my zucchini boats is up now. And yes, the camera just falls over and I'm like, whatever, because I don't edit. you guys know what it looked like. I did have a screensaver for it, but I deleted it because my phone has no memory. Something I have in common with it sometimes. Okay, so that's it for harvesting of the, oh wait, I have another calendula. So this one is showing signs of a bud right there, right? So I'm just going to take it to there. There's another shoot coming up off the bottom. Oh, and look at, I'm getting that pretty purple flower I told you about on my eggplant. So that is the purple flower that I wanted to see. That's why I bought the plant. Wait, maybe I could show you better. See that? It's got a little white spider on it. That sucks. But, and these cucumbers that I planted are taking. My nasturtiums are taking. Everything's taking. No signs of wilting or, you know, doing it wrong, because we do it wrong. Now my chives, again, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to chop this whole thing right back. And I'm going to chop those up really fine, stick them on my dehydrator and have that. So when I'm cooking anything, I love to take a handful of dehydrated vegetables, especially green onions, and throw them into something, even into a bowl of soup, into a dip, put it on top. It's all good. Salads, right? And again, remembering when it's dehydrated, you can just moisten this stuff. You can take a water spritzer, nice clean water, and just spritz it and give it life back to itself, right? You don't have to soak it. These are things that you learn as you try different things, right? You don't, you got to dehydrate, garden, and produce what you love, right? About all of it. So anyways, that was my way over chatty harvesting video for the pineapple sage. What else did I harvest? Holy, the parsley and the oregano. Oh, and the calendula. So I'm going to grab my 2 baskets that are full to the rim. And I'm going to, where did I put the other basket? I'm going to go over here and I'm going to finish harvesting all the calendula. I'm going to show you guys how much it's taken off. Oh, actually, no, here. I have to do my chamomile, and then I'm done with this harvesting video. But everything, look at this. See how much is coming off? And that's how I harvest it. Just grab it with my hands and pull it away. And that's my chamomile. So I'll have tea throughout the winter as a gift. I love to give chamomile tea to my friends at winter time or any time, birthdays. It's nice to give a nice tea blend to somebody. Let them know that you want the best for them, right? Okay, so this one I'll probably harvest later on today. And I thought I just heard my dog. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so I need to harvest this one. So this one I'm taking all the way back to there. Oops, that was a bad break. So this is medicine. Just setting it down. This one's going to seed. I am going to take it off and I'm going to dry that in the house so I have some seeds. And because it's already spent, it's not good for medicine at this point, right? That one I'm going to take back to here. And again, I'm harvesting off of my calendula plants every 2 days right now. A lot of these things you'll harvest once they start going. If you're harvesting them correctly, like it took me a long time to figure out how to harvest calendula, but working with it, I learned that it likes to be snapped back to the last flower for optimum growth. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.